What's up? Dr. Dupe here, Coding While Black. I believe this is episode 10. I know it's been a while since I've recorded any videos, but I've been real busy, very busy working. And then a couple weeks ago, I was on vacation, so I just got off vacation. And now I'm back to work, and then I'm here in Atlanta, Georgia, in my hotel room preparing for the rest of the week. And I wanted to take some time and go ahead and drop another video, quick video, less than 5 minutes or so. And I wanted to talk about this issue of preparing or credentialing yourself to be a software developer or programmer or a software engineer, whatever the buzzword is these days, but basically writing code, writing software. When I was coming up, it was all about degrees. If you didn't have a degree, you wasn't even going to get a sniff at a job. As a matter of fact, it was one of the requirements for interviewing. I know to some degree that's still the case, but what I wanted to make a point of about today was that that is not your only option. In fact, I've worked with several people over the course of my career who did not have degrees, and they were sitting right next to me. Now, as an African American, as a black man, I still do believe that you want to prepare yourself in such a way that there are no obstacles. There's nothing that somebody can point on your resume and say you don't have, and so that's why you can't have this opportunity. The fact of the matter is, in a lot of ways, other folks get opportunities before we get them, or get them in a way where they don't have as many credentials. And so that's just a fact of life. It's something we have to deal with. And so, although I believe nowadays there are many more ways for you to credential yourself, if you can, if at all possible, I would certainly still recommend getting a degree. So when I was conducting my research, this was one of the research questions to the African American software developers that I interviewed and that I studied. I asked them, what do they feel is the best way to become a software developer? Is it college? In a lot of ways now, is it getting a college degree? Is it certifications? Is it coding boot camps? Is it being self-taught? Is it some of these online degrees? A lot of options. Quite frankly, some are better than others. We can argue back and forth about it. Depends on who thinks a coding boot camp is not adequate, or a degree is the only way, or being self-taught. I've worked with a couple of guys who were self-taught who were very good. The bottom line I would say to this is be passionate, right? If there's something you want to learn, you can learn. And my point in this quick video is to tell you that the news of the day is companies nowadays, and I learned this, I've known this for quite some time, but I learned it, actually heard it from the mouths of some of these companies recently when I spoke at an event at Pepperdine University out in Malibu. And what they're most concerned with nowadays is that you have the skill and that you can demonstrate the skill. So if you can go into a coding interview or a tech interview and prove that you can write code in Java or C# or Python or Go or Node or whatever the case may be, you're more than likely going to get an opportunity to work at a company, or get an opportunity to apply for and succeed in getting a position. Because there's such a shortage of talent, because there's so many jobs out here and so few people who have the skills to do these jobs, companies don't have time to wait for folks to have a degree. If you can prove and show that you have the ability to get the job done, you're probably going to get an opportunity. So what I wanted to say today was, don't let not having a degree be a barrier for you. Don't let the fact that college is so expensive and you can't afford it and you don't have time because you're working a full-time job or whatever your circumstance may be. If you have the desire, if you have the passion, there are other avenues to go about doing this, and you should take them. Certification is a great way. For most of my career, I've had the combination of a degree plus, right? A degree plus certification, a degree plus a lot of experience, a degree plus certificates in certain areas outside of the main certifications. Degree plus soft skills, right? You can't discount soft skills. I'm going to talk about those in a different video. But take advantage of what's there. A lot of these resources are free. A lot of them, you can take them on your own schedule. Now, boot camps are not free, and quite frankly, boot camps can be quite expensive, kind of an accelerated approach. But again, a lot of options here, a lot of ways you can go about doing this. Take your time and find the mechanism that works for you. But it's not all about a degree anymore. You can get the degree, great. Again, for me, I think that's the best way to go. That's my opinion. The research that I conducted showed that many of those folks pursued degrees, but they were older folks for the most part. They were older school people. Some of the younger folks that I interviewed did talk about certification. They did talk about boot camps, but some of them gave negative stories in those areas about boot camps, and a lot of them agreed upon that, the fact that if you can get a degree, go ahead and get it. What you might think about as a strategy is getting yourself a certification, or going to a boot camp, or teaching yourself. Use that information, that knowledge, and that skill to land you a job, and then while you get a job and while you're working, maybe you go back to school, maybe you get the school to pay, the company to pay for it, or use your income to pay for it. So my point is here, you have a lot of options. You have choices. You are not limited like it was back in my day, where you had to get a scholarship or you had to get a school loan in order to get this high knowledge, this specialty type knowledge. I definitely warn against getting a school loan. Any kind of way that you can get this skill without going into debt would be the best way. So again, not required for you to have a degree. I've heard this from the mouths of companies firsthand. They're no longer so much considered or concerned about whether you have a degree or not. What they want to know is, do you have the skill? So get the skill. Dupe, Dr. Dupe, Coding While Black. I'll see you next time. I'm going to try to get more disciplined about this and drop a video at least once a week. So the next one will be coming probably Friday, and I'm going to talk about the importance of soft skills. Yeah, you got to have the tech. For the most part, tech is a given now. Whether you're going into a career as a software developer or any field, you need to get some tech in your game. And after that, or in conjunction with that, you have to have soft skills. You got to have communication skills. You got to know how to connect and collaborate and work with people. Very important. So I'm going to talk about that on the next one. See you soon. Dr. Dupe. Peace.